Democrats have deployed influencers to win over voters online.
The Democratic organizations are flooding the creator community with cash.
Basically what they were asking for is $1,500 for anti-Trump content on TikTok.
What's your rate?
$3,000 to $10,000.
We will continue to influence young, impressionable minds.
Y'all know I'm never quick to praise a white man, but Tim Walz?
We don't need good policy. We just need your short attention span.
Kamala Harris for president kickoff rally with her vice president.
If you see multiple influencers spreading the same exact message, you can start to realize, some kind of coordination is going on.
Yes, Queen, per Brat Summer, Kamala Harris.
No, TikTok was basically full-time for me. I think I was taking ads from like the Biden administration and Planned Parenthood.
We just have to be working with them, and if we're not, we're missing a huge way that voters are getting information about the world.
Reveals their sophisticated and expensive tactics.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
We've been seeing exactly what the left claims to be seeing from the right, which is being paid to say that you support a candidate, being paid to speak in support of somebody you don't support. Right? You know, they always imply, oh, Trump, how much Trump paying them? How much is Trump paying this black influencer, if you can call him that, to support him, just that and the third? And the answer is none. I mean, we do get paid to talk about Trump, but we don't get paid from Trump, right? We get paid to talk about everybody else too, Joy Reid and everybody else, but we don't get paid from them. And that's not how it works. Anyhow, but for Kamala Harris and her camp, that's exactly how it works. Forget what you believe in. Here's a checkity check, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead and take that. You know what I mean? Do what you need to do. And then the price ranges from $1,500, $3,000 to $10,000 plus for just a post or two saying that they support Kamala Harris. This is crazy. I post the truth for free. I take you, know what I mean? Go ahead and throw me a check for it. I'll take it, you know what I mean? Somebody said, we've never seen a campaign this fake before. This is a crime according to FEC. All that money is going somewhere. Obama Harris didn't suddenly become the prom queen over. Oh, y'all stupid. Everything about Kamala Harris' campaign is fake for sure, because she's a fraud. It's no other way to put it. Somebody also says she's using taxpayers' funds to pay people to lie to us. Dang, they right. Literally using taxpayers' funds to lie to me. You using my money to lie to me. Yo, wow. This ain't outrageous to you?
All right, guys, time for some drag queen story hour. So about a week ago, I received this email from a group called Palette Media or Palette Management. And basically what they were asking for is $1,500 for anti-Trump content on TikTok. So they basically sent me this kind of like creator brief with all the asks that they have and everything, and like do's and don'ts, like don't show any form of support for Donald Trump and his allies, gloat about Harris and her allies, attack Trump supporters for their intellectual or personal values. So they're basically creating division and paying for division online, which is crazy. So me being me, I was like, I kind of got to investigate this stuff. So I started like emailing back and forth with the lady. So I basically said, thank you for sending over. I will review. Is this for the Kamala campaign or for like a PAC's campaign? And basically I was able to investigate and find out that this is actually a campaign with Future Forward, which is kind of like one of the biggest super PACs, and they have like millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars for advertisements for the Biden campaign and for the Harris campaign. So of course I looked them up and I found out all this information about all the money that they have, and yeah, you can look up them right here. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to come on to show you guys that yes, I'll sell my, but I ain't gonna sell my values.
Had me in the first half, coach. I don't know what the end was about. But I get what you're trying to do. Anyhow, it's being noted that if an influencer is paid by a super PAC, they must clearly state paid for by. And I know that because anytime I have a sponsor on this channel of any kind, I have to make sure that I mention explicitly who the ad is sponsored by. Yeah, but when it comes to them, they don't want that. And again, this is induced division. I don't see any of these tactics being pulled from the Trump campaign, guys. I'm just here to give you the information. I'm not here to tell you how to think, but I will make this observation. I don't see any Trump administration videos popping up saying, oh, he's trying to pay me X amount of money just to say I support him. You know why? He doesn't need to do that. Take a moment to actually let that statement digest in your brain for a second. Trump does not need to pay influencers to lie about their support for him. Kamala Harris does. What does that say to you? Come on now. Come on, man. We have this article right here too. Shout out to Chris Carapizza, who just made this known. Yes, he also added, some most likely are not, and there should be an investigation into this in terms of people not saying it's paid for by Super PAC name. Applicant to social media influencers. If a social media influencer is paid by Super PAC to create content that advocates for or against a candidate, the communication falls under, quote, public communication, quote, the public communication category. The influencer or Super PAC must ensure that the content includes a clear disclaimer that states who paid for the content, quote, paid for by Super PAC name, and that, end quote, and that it is not authorized by any other candidate or candidates committee, if applicable. So, do you see they're not playing by the rules? Now, let me just ask you, human to human, don't you think that that's some form of misinformation, disinformation? Wait, no, hear me out. They're literally telling people to lie about how they feel about Kamala Harris. Now, if they're not bringing any fake facts into it, there's that. But come on, man. They're sitting here telling you, they're giving you a piece of paper saying these are the things you can do. Don't support Donald Trump. Don't agree with anything that he's saying. Pretty much create divisiveness. Come on, dog. Now they want to pay. They've been paying to manipulate headlines. We already know that they're colluding with Google, or, it's alleged that they've been colluding with Google with all of the positive headlines and all of the negative facts being erased, history being rewritten, apparently. But yeah, it says right here, Kamala Harris campaign is paying to manipulate the headline news as they warn us about misinformation. Y'all, we can't make this stuff up.
There's the cover. The impact of Biden's economic agenda. I'll start on that side. Harris will carry Biden's economic record into the election. After manipulation.
Which no one wants. No one wants her to carry Biden's economic record into this election. So look what they did after.
No, from their side, from their perspective. So VP Harris, economic vision, lower costs and higher wages. And even though it says it above, it's sponsored, that's an inaccurate.
The yellow.
And it's
because they're taking
deceitful.
the logo of the publication and making it seem like that's the headline. They did it again in Reuters. This is how it originally was. Impact of Biden's economic. What are we doing?
Right there. Go to this.
All right,
one.
we're going to go to North Dakota.
Go to that last one, the one on the far right.
Wall selected as Kamala Harris VP pick for 2024 election after Harris picks Tim Walz. 250 Minnesota families win. That was never in the headline before, but they made it that way.
So then in the next one, you can see what the original article said. The impact of Biden's economic agenda may be felt long after his presidency.
Okay.
So then they changed it to say at the bottom, inflation is down. Under the Biden-Harris administration, the U.S. is winning an inflation fight.
Right. So Google says that the Trump camp is not running these kinds of sponsored advertising, but other campaigns have done it in the past. Facebook actually stopped doing this because they felt it was disinformation. Because when you look at that stuff, and what Google says is, see, it says right at the top, sponsored. You should know this is sponsored content from the campaign. But the average person, they don't read the sponsored thing. They just look for the headline. It's like, oh, inflation is down. Oh, Harris picks Tim Walz. And so it is deceptive. And so, for instance, some of the news outfits are saying, what we're going to do is we're going to contact Google because we don't like this.
Yeah, but why are they contacting Google? Go to the campaign and say, this is misinformation from you, campaign. This is not our headline. We're asking you to cease and desist it. You're putting our logo at the top of it as if we said it. That's wrong.
Right.
Now, this is just insane to say the least, man. Y'all gonna keep playing on my intellectual property, Kamala Harris campaign. Now, look, all of this happened simply because Donald Trump went with Aiden Ross, went and joined Aiden Ross on his stream. And man, Gen Zers were, you know, completely like taken back just by how relatable and how human Donald Trump actually is. But ever since that stream happened and it garnered the attention of the world and especially Gen Zers, Kamala Harris and her campaign administration have been doing everything in their power to try to duplicate that success. And it has not been translating very well. I even heard reports of OnlyFans creators being emailed and asked to post content in relation to being supportive of Kamala Harris, things of that nature. So we see these desperate attempts, man, to stoop that low. This says a lot, man. And then in addition to that, you've been seeing a lot of AI images pop up at Kamala Harris's rallies, her crowds, and everything of that nature. And you see her stealing Trump's tax on tips. This woman is a fraud, guys.
Yo, do y'all see this? They are literally paying people to support Kamala Harris. If you pretend like you like her, you can make $150 in cash. She is so unlikable. They are paying people to like her.
I'm so honored to be a part of the creators that the DNC, that they have established something new, a different lane for people to get information and content out there. And I'm glad that they're giving us our space to show content.
Such a disgrace to America, man. And this gotta be, ain't this against the law to something? Huh? You know what I mean? So what will happen? Anything? I'm pretty sure Dom Lucre alluded to damage control is definitely about to be in full effect. But if you ask me, what I would call it, bribery.